everyone in this country, Jewish and non-Jewish, that I think we are here today and need to speak and think. Because anti-Semitism is, as we all know, as you all know, not only a problem for Jews. It's a problem for Jews first, but it is always a problem for everybody. It is always a problem for everybody else. Now, I wanted to stress some positives today, and I wanted to mention 5 things in particular which I would like to mention to you by way of encouragement and by way of taking this great event today forward. We hear a lot about the problem. I think you all know the problem. We all know the problems that we all collectively face. But I wanted to mention a few things of what we can do to tackle this problem, which has once again re-emerged. The first is what we're doing now, is by turning up today. By turning up, by being counted, and by speaking out. What you've done today is the first step, and it's a vital step. The second thing I wanted to mention is something which is so basic that a lot of people don't mention it anymore. But write to your MPs. Write to your members of parliament. I know a lot of people think it's a bit schleppy or something. It's something other people are meant to do. But it isn't. It's what you're meant to do. It's what we're meant to do. It's what all of us are meant to do if we're going to get our voices heard and to make our members of parliament realise they have to take this as seriously as possible. The third thing I wanted to mention was to get involved. Not just in campaigns like this today, but to get involved in the political parties. Help to move this forward. Make sure this isn't some kind of fringe issue, that it is an issue as it should be at the very heart of our political discourse, a concern that we all have, Jews, non-Jews, everybody, to get involved. Another thing I wanted to say, and this is the sort of thing that generally gets me disinvited from platforms, but please demand more from your communal leadership. I'm not a great fan of any communal leadership. I don't have one. Lots of people don't. But if you're going to have a communal leadership, expect more of them, demand more of them. Don't wait weeks and weeks and then for people to have to take initiative for a day like this themselves. Do more. Expect more. Demand more of the people who say they speak in your name. And finally, if there's one thing I'd like to say to you today, when people ask me, what can we do to stop this? What can we do to stop the growth, again, of anti-Semitism in this country? There is one thing in particular I always say to them. One thing we can all do. One thing everybody in this country can do at their dinner table, with their friends, in the street, in the public sphere, whatever you do, is to stop the lies. Help to stop the lies. When it becomes acceptable discourse for people to say that Israel is committing a genocide instead of the most targeted military campaign against a terrorist group that history has ever seen. When you allow that to go on, you are feeding the lies. When people say that Israel is an illegitimate state and you allow it to go by, you are helping to feed the lies. When people say that Israel is committing war crimes and people remain silent, you are helping to feed the lies. And when we hear people saying today in London, including allegedly responsible political leaders and members of parliament, that Israel is engaged in some kind of Holocaust, we know what they are doing. We know that their aim is not just to lie and to defame Israel, but to be as offensive and offending as they can be towards Jewish people everywhere. Stopping the lies, getting involved, turning up, trying to turn this around will do good. We can turn this around. And I'd like to finish by just once again paying tribute. The organisers of this campaign, it is a campaign that should never have been necessary again. But it is. I'm proud to be involved with it. I'm proud of all of you for turning up today. Thank you. And we're proud to have you, Douglas. Thank you.